2 states currently do not have economic nexus as of May 2020 when I'm filming this. Missouri and Florida. That means if you live in Missouri or Florida and you buy something online from a seller that's in a different state, you should not have to pay sales tax. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking. If this is your first time here, I try to make videos on how to maximize your lifestyle independent of income. If you're in the same boat as me, meaning you bought a watch last year online on eBay, and you're possibly in the market for another watch this year, still looking online, still looking on eBay, you'll notice a big difference. For me in Florida, it's about a 7% difference. That's what I thought anyways. That's right, sales tax online. And not just on eBay, from other online retailers also. It didn't used to be like this, right? I mean, that's one of the reasons I got my first watch on eBay in the first place. Hey, side note, this might be a boring video for you right now, but if you think you're gonna be in the market to buy something later, and possibly online, subscribe to the channel and then come back to this video as a reference later. So when I got my Skydweller on eBay in July of 2019, there was no sales tax. Of course not. The shop that I got it from was up in New York and they don't have a physical store down here in Florida, so there's no tax. Now when I go back on eBay and look through some of those listings, it looks like some of that has changed. And that can be a really big deal. For me and the stuff that I was looking at least a $500 difference, if not thousands. And if you're watching this video, that's really important to you because I try to give tips on how to maximize your dollar. So I did a little research, actually a lot of research. So what I'll do, I'll give you a quick 2-minute history on what happened, what changed, and then I'll give you some tips moving forward. So it all started with the Supreme Court ruling, South Dakota versus Wayfair. South Dakota deemed that the physical presence rule was dated, put in place before the days of mainstream internet sales and online shopping. This started what's called Economic Nexus, which allows states to collect sales tax even when doing business in other states. And here's where it gets interesting. Economic nexus laws vary state by state, and information online is confusing and seems to vary a little bit. To make it more confusing, some states require the seller to register with the state tax authority only when certain dollar amount thresholds are met or number of transactions are exceeded. To make it more confusing, some states even count or not count certain types of sales against that threshold number. So to make it easy, I put some things together. Let me first say that I advocate doing things within the guidelines of the law. Sales taxes are put in place so that the state has money to fund a lot of public services. With that said, after a lot of digging, I found this chart. It seems to be the most accurate and it seems to be the most updated. I went down through this chart and you'll see here that there's 4 states with no sales tax anyways. So whether or not there's economic nexus, it doesn't matter. 2 states currently do not have economic nexus as of May 2020 when I'm filming this. Missouri and Florida. That means if you live in Missouri or Florida and you buy something online from a seller that's in a different state, you should not have to pay sales tax. I found another article cautioning us as consumers to be careful because if you live in a state with no sales tax or no economic nexus, it might be coming and it might be coming soon due to the loss of revenue recently here with what's going on. Now finally, if you do find yourself in a state with economic nexus and it doesn't make sense for you to ship to a friend or a family member in a state that either does not have sales tax or does not have economic nexus, consider this list here. It lists out the states with the lowest sales taxes. I'll just leave it at that and you can draw your own conclusions from what I'm saying. Guys, that's it for the video. I appreciate you watching. I know it's not super interesting. Like I said, if you think you're going to be in the market for something soon, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. That way you can come back and reference this video. I've listed the highlights of what I've said down below. I think my last video I was a little scared to put out, not knowing if you guys would like it, so I think I'm even more scared this time. But always open to constructive criticism, so definitely do leave a comment below. Good, bad, or ugly, I read them all. So I appreciate you taking the time to do that. As always, you would be helping me out if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.